Good evening. I'm Adventure Argonaut, and this is Hyaku Monogatari, Honto Atta, Kowai Hanashi. So it's a Japanese horror visual novel thingy. It's like 100 separate horror stories that supposedly are based on true stories. Supposedly, allegedly, maybe. And so then now we've gotten past 14 stories already. So I guess number 15 is on the way, but just checking my streams. Everything seems to be working. Indeed, it is. So they are. Let's get my phone ready for the translation app if and when I need it. There it is. Okay. So here we are. Yes, let's just uncork the next candle. Aha, this is another special story. So presumably it's gonna have creepy talk or something, which is not good because I probably won't be able to hear it that well, or even if I do, I won't understand much of it. Maybe. let's see, what's this? So, 谷川に Nokoru Hashi, something like some bridge in Tanikawa, I think, or like a bridge remaining there. A bridge girder remaining in Tanikawa. Okay.
まあこれ名前出しちゃうと申し訳ないんですが、有名なタレントさんでもって、今風にSKさんですか。ね、楽しいフォークシンガーの歌った方ですけども、バイクモデルになってもう入っちゃうかもしれませんがね。その方のふるさとへ行ったんですよ。 もしばし僕は歩き始めた時に、稲尾さん、あの音をしてるって言うから、正直としてみたんですよ。あの子、今度は橋のあの足に抱きついて、望むようにこっち見てる。その本人が、その自分のご兄弟がマネージャーやってらっしゃるんですけど、ふっと顔見出したんですよね。そしたら真っ青なんですよ。じゃあそうだって言うんですよ。何があったの？稲川さんね、実はその子ね、昔、僕が行ったレストランに、男の子がいて、自分がとっても世話になってんだけど、10歳ぐらいの時に、ここで事故に流されたんです。あなたはじゃあここなんだけど、その時頭丸まりで、黒い着物で、そういったものを着てたんだよねって言うんですよね。
Okay. So yeah, I didn't catch much of it, but I guess there was something on the bridge girder, and then there was some creepy ghostly kid. So I don't know if it was on the girder or something, but yeah, it's not I mean, it's not so easy to make sense of what he's saying, for me at least. But let's hope that we have actual text story next. Okay, the chosen home, is Okayama Prefecture. What's the name? The name. Oh, it's Anonymous Hope. I guess is the name of the person or their pseudonym. So this is my this is a story I heard years ago. A story heard from Yamada-san, the president of a radio club. Is that? I guess it's a radio club. I don't really know. And it happened at Yamada's house. A strange event. So Yamada was he just moved there a few years ago. Okay, he had moved to the house a few years ago, or a few years before. And the place was a residential area, residential area surrounded by mountains and forest. So his wife and he moved together. So like a week after moving in, I think. So there was, I didn't have a work, like a job yet. Oh, no, I misread that. Okay, so something strange happened in the house. Yeah, I guess this something strange happened a week after moving in, and the person who discovered it was Yamada's wife, Mrs. Yamada. And that morning, the wife the wife made an offering to the Buddhist altar, and he entered to the Buddhist altar to change something. the room was well lit. Okay, it's a strange sight. I guess not well lit. There's something that one light, kanji is light, so that's what I thought. So, so something has changed. I don't know, like in the form. Was it? Does it mean that the husband Yamada's, or I guess there's something strange in the altar. All the six. There were many holes in the six tatami mats on the room, and it looked like they were poked with a stick from underneath the floor. Like, yeah, here you can see some holes in the floor. And they radiated out from the Buddhist altar. The wife quickly checked inside. Fortunately, only the tatami mats were damaged. Other items as the Buddhist altar were unharmed. The wife immediately called Mr. Yamada, and they thought about the what caused this stuff, or what could have caused it. But no cause was found. So in the end, the conclusion was reached to replace the tatami in the room and see how it looks. So I guess to wait and see or something. So 3 days later, checking the Buddhist altar. So there were the holes again. Yeah. So there were countless holes again on the mats. And Mr. and Mrs. Yamada, they were creeped out. Not surprisingly, they talked to somebody, and somebody they know, like, introduced them to a psychic. And 3 days later again, the psychic came to visit, and he had a look of the situation and the altar and where something was happening. And so the altar is nothing compared to how it was. No, it was. So it was spreading all over. So I guess, like, and well, there was a strange atmosphere all over the house, or spreading around all over the house. This is yes, like those dialogue interludes are so random, especially they don't really say anything. So like it captured the atmosphere sensitively. The Like, I guess without needing any guidance, the psychic went inside the house to walk around. And then in front of the altar, he stopped. The psychic slowly opened the sliding door and went inside quietly. Mr. and Mrs. Yamada followed inside, and the tatami mats that had been replaced, the same day were emitting a more pungent smell than usual. It's like the smell was like there was a dead body buried underneath them. Ugh! Was this creepy woman suddenly appeared? Three of them were standing in front of the Buddhist altar. Um, so and Mr. Yamada, he and the wife sat with the psychic facing them, like opposite to them. Maybe this is the psychic, the woman there, creepy woman. So Yamada and his wife, and they covered the entire story, like I guess told the entire story, and then the psychic nodded and started speaking. I understand. There's a spirit here. Spirit? Is that so? Yes. I will perform a seance. The words of the spirit that come out of my mouth, please listen carefully. Yes, yes. So there's some like disaster at the house, or and the identity of the person who was responsible or something, or is it like good? I'm not sure if. I think that one kanji means like disaster, but maybe I'm misunderstanding because it says good is good for the house, like my translation stuff. So I'm not quite sure. There's somebody who is responsible for something. If you say so, the psychic started chanting a strange spell or something, or incantation. Uh, so slowly I guess Yamada, or no, maybe the psychic lowered their eyelids, closed their eyes. Ooh, not quite sure again what they said, but the psychic suddenly became uh, like became low and dry. What? Uh, Hikui Kawakita. What? I don't know. Well, they anyway started talking. I guess they're possessed by the spirit now. The eyes were sharp, and before they entered the room, it's like a different person. I guess the psychic seemed like a different person. And although Mr. Yamada hesitated, he asked the spirit a question. So why did you come to this house? Yeah, why do you appear in this house? That's what the psychic said, and Mr. and Mrs. Yamada looked amazed, glaring. Yeah, not sure what they said because it can't make out the voice line so well. So Mr. and Mrs. Yamada were impressed by the, I guess, or appearance, and they were shaking with fear. Um, So Mr. Yamada continued asking questions despite his fear or to dispel his fear or something. So what should I do? Will you forgive me? So, I have to return something, maybe? I have to return something to the house or something. The Okay, so if you say something, then the psychic said that then the spirits will disappear and the heavy air as well. Uh, or maybe no, it means after it's psychic said that, then the I guess the heavy air disappeared and became very light. That seemed like a lie or something. And the psychic looked very tired and was exhausted. And the Yamadas were worried but wanted to know what had happened, so they looked in the psychic's face. And the psychic realized this, and he announced to them that the seance was over. Thus, the Yamada family was saved. Yeah, no, I'm quite sure. Like, what was the thing that the spirit wanted, and how did they save it? For a year, for a year, the wife did not leave the house even once, and Mr. Yamada went shopping every day. So yeah, they somehow kept their promise to the spirit. So okay, I guess that was what the spirit wanted then. Since then, and nothing has happened in the house since then, and they seem to be living happily together. Okay, weird. After that, they found out a surprising fact. The like somebody like in the same town as Mr. Yamada, there was I guess a friend who had some story. So Mr. Shinko, Mr. Stinko, Shinkoju. Uh, so anyway, there used to be an old cemetery, and landlord was in debt, so it was sold by the cemetery. So yeah, the new housing where Mr. Yamada lives is there used to be an old cemetery. I guess before. Okay, maybe it means like where Yamada lives now. It used to be a cemetery, and then it was changed into an apartment building. Very classic horror crap. So that's the kind of place it was. All right. Another candle down. Let's see. All right. So let's go to the next story, 16. Oh, that was this. Oh, no. Okay, let's count how many candles we have in one row. Is it 10? Yes. So 50. Okay, this is the 16th story that we are entering right now. Can you say you enter a story? Sounds a bit lewd or something. So some spirit apartment and Nagasaki Prefecture and Matsuzawa Shinobu is the name of the. I guess it's. I'm not sure. Spirit processed apartment. Not exactly sure what, but something creepoid apartment in Nagasaki Prefecture. So in a place where there's nothing and no one, uh, like okay, there's nobody in the place, but there was a rumbling sound, a sound like glass breaking. This is called a rap phenomenon. Yeah, like at the lowest line it says rappu genzo. So I don't know if it means to rap, like rap music. I'm not quite sure what slap phenomenon. I'm not quite sure what it means. And this is what happens in early stages of spiritual phenomena. Something like a phenomena. And the story is the rap phenomenon was the trigger. Still confused what rap does, what it means here. So Mr. Matsuzawa moved into the apartment and his eldest son was 7 months old. And that day, she was doing her, so Matsuzawa is female, I guess. She was doing her daily routine, cleaning the room. I guess we're doing the chores, and she was vacuuming, and she heard a thud at her feet. She looked down at her feet. Gata, 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 gata. So it's like sound of something rolling. Is that the rattle rattle? That's the sound. Something rattled. So there was a toy robot was moving even though nobody was touching it. Well, I had a robot like that once that used batteries. So yeah, it's but maybe that one. This toy robot didn't have batteries, so it shouldn't move by itself. There was nobody in the room except her and the robot. Such robot. Nice creepy music though. So she didn't think it was a spiritual phenomenon. I guess she was just like, "Ooh, what's going on?" But what was the cause of this thing? Or the trigger? A series of strange events would attack her. So, wait, what? bondage and wrap phenomena are common. Okay, this is taking a weird turn. This story she started feeling the presence of people even though nobody was there, and started seeing military nurses in the house. Hmm. Robots and military nurses. Some sort of kinky and hot. And the form. So she started seeing the form herself, and she had her like psychic powers were strong, or instincts, or something. And that one night, when she was sleeping, the sliding door in the bedroom was slightly open and it moved smoothly without a sound. And she wondered what it was and was staring at it, and two figures entered the room. Like action figures, Warhammer. And they looked like a parent and a child. There was no doubt it was a spirit. And her body, she stiffened, like her body stiffened, and to wait what was going on. Spirit that she thought to be a father. So it was like the father spirit started grinning eerily and suddenly disappeared. And the child spirit had already disappeared beforehand, I guess. And at that time, she suddenly felt a shot of breath and looked up. Her hair was tousled and eyes bulged out. A woman whose ears were torn open is squeezing her neck with tremendous force. Yeah! Gobo gobo. Or go go. I guess she's panting and like fighting for her life. Breathe, let's scream, and so without being able to breathe, she couldn't also scream. Yet the so she couldn't move her body because of being, I guess, held by the spirit, and she recited some, I guess, some sutra with all her heart to get out of the nightmare as soon as possible. And just when she was about to lose her consciousness, I guess, yeah, her consciousness, she was finally freed from the phenomenon or the apparition or whatever. And later, according to the neighbor's story, this area had been severely damaged by a major flood several years ago, but that so maybe something else than the flood had affected that apartment. Yeah, maybe something else happened in the apartment than the flood, and okay, I guess she moved out of the apartment. Okay, that was fairly short story. Alright, let's save and go to the next one. 17. It's the Q story. Bust the clam. Okay, let's see. Unfamiliar site is Kanagawa Prefecture and is anonymous hope again. I guess maybe it just means it's anonymous. Like the person who sent this story in, I presume somebody like maybe people sent their stories for this game, the creepy ghost stories. So that was like the second year of the junior high school or middle school or however it's translated. At that time, I was going to a dentist, and that day after school, he rode his bicycle to the dentist, or he or she, whoever this protagonist here is. And the distance from your house to a dentist was about 15 minutes by bike. And on the way, okay, you could get there in 10 minutes if you follow a forest road. And and that's what happened in these 10 minutes. Blitzkrieg. Um, so they had club activities that day and got home late, so the sun was already starting to set. Just as normal, she got on her bike and continued. Like I assume it's a female since this picture looks like a female on a bike. There was something in the air that day. Fernando, the star so bright, Fernando. So it was strangely clear. Normally, when you ride a bicycle, a pleasant breeze hits your body and it feels good. But on that day, it felt bad, a creepy feeling or something. She wanted to finish the errands quickly and put all her strength into pedaling. Then, right in front of her, there was a fork in the road, in the forest road. This doesn't feel so much like a forest road. Like, okay, there's a forest on the left, but right is still like, apartments. I have a different kind of conception of a forest road. So she stopped at the fork in the road and staring at the forest road and wondering if she should take a shortcut or something. And in the evening, forest road seemed different than usual. It's dark and the road is narrow, and even on normal days looked even thinner that day. It looks scary. This, I guess, the shortcut probably. However, once you get past this road, you will continue the well-lit residential area all the way to the dentist. With that thought in mind, she turned her handlebars towards the forest road and started cycling. Cycling like a washing machine. However, no matter how long like no residential areas came into view. And she was momentarily thought they'd taken the wrong route. It felt like such a different path. But ever since, birth, she lived in this area and was very familiar with the geography and walked this road every day. And it cannot be the wrong way. She felt anxious and continued cycling. And the eerie dark gravel road was illuminated by timid electric lamps. A lamp. What is that thing in the foreground? And if you continued forward a bit, what's that? There, she saw something in front of her. Looks like a person, like I don't know, a pixie cloud of four dust pixies. I don't know. And the form, the body was. What is this? So there were strange people who wore sandals on their bodies and had umbrellas on their heads. Okay. I don't know. So she thought it was weird. And she passed by them even though she thought that they were weird. A strange story when she thinks about it. And that time, Mino. So these days, nowadays, like Mino and Kasa. Kasa means umbrella. Maybe Mino doesn't mean like sandals. Maybe the words mean something strange to her, like weird connection or illusion, whatever. So, and the creature, that thing is, they were fuzzy and their bodies were whitish. And okay, and she stopped her bike and looked back. Oh, what? Or why? The procession had just passed, walking slowly in the distance. So it wasn't. It was soon out of sight. She got scared and pedaled the bike as far hard as she could and ran away from the scene. And was riding a bicycle this time, and I guess never heard about the stuff afterwards. After a while, it appeared between the trees. The lights of the residential area appeared to be twinkling. Feeling relieved, she rode a bicycle and started continuing slowly or something. And she was stunned. The scene, she knows, it was completely different. I guess what she saw, it wasn't what she was expecting. There's no usual brightness in the residential area, and they were all like there's always a darkness. Like now it was like there was a darkness like a ruins or something. What did she just see? Looked like a street light. So she got off from the bike and on the quiet, empty road and started walking, I guess. And the time was like 6:45. Like, and certainly there was nobody there. And less than 5 minutes from the station, it's a developed area. So because there was nobody there, that was weird. Yeah, there should have been people there already, but there wasn't. So yeah, it was weird that uh, like nobody was walking. So where am I? Where did I end up? She thought. I get scared and jumped off the bike. Oh, ouch. I guess that happened. Then brain injury. Are you in too much of a hurry? And she lost her balance and crashed into a telephone pole because she hurried too much. So never hurry. And so they seemed to hit their head and everything went black. After a while, she realized there were people around her, was surrounded by 45 people. People who so they were like wearing like old style kimonos and hakama stuff. So I guess maybe she went back in time or something. They were discussing something and looking down at her. She asked for help, and the people grabbed and lifted her up. It's like lifting her torso and lifted her the body up very high. She tried to scream but couldn't make a sound. Yeah, yamete! Stop! And this is where it turns into hentai. The screams were in vain. Her body was high up and was raised and recalled when dropped to the ground. There was so much pain and she lost consciousness. But even now, don't remember like that time. It was like a deep hole where she like felt. It felt like she was. Yeah, she still remembers. She felt like falling into a deep hole, and so that's all she felt in the distant consciousness. Beepa, beepa. Uh, so and he realized was sleeping in a hospital bed. Somebody had taken her in the hospital. And around was mom and and so there was mom and some uncle that she didn't know. Mom, cousin, are you okay? What did you do? What was they doing? Huh? I was going to the dentist. What do you mean? Uh, you suddenly showed up in front of a taxi. Don't you remember? Me, I surprised. Suddenly, she fell in front of a car, and the car braked. So they couldn't brake in time. So what? Is she dead now? Sorry. She finally came in terms with the situation. So yeah, she was hit by a car. Fortunately, there were no serious injuries. Okay. So whatever the reality is, she hadn't seen him in taxis and don't even remember riding in an ambulance. Uh, sure, the guy got out of the way. He was driving to a residential area. But if she recalls, I saw what happened. Actually, it was a fragmentary, but there must be connection, I guess, with the strange road and strange people. She saw there has to be connection with what happened to her, right? I don't know why, though. But yeah, this reminded me of something that happened to me. It's not really that scary story, but like I was maybe 8 years old or something. I think I was going from school to a friend's place on bike, and there was actually a forest road that could. There was like the house was sort of in the middle of the forest, but like there was one forest road that was sort of a shortcut that I usually took if I went there. But then there was something in the middle of the road that looked like a snake, and I of course got scared. I was 8 years old, and turned away, and then took the other route that was a bit longer. But after later, I thought about it. Probably wasn't a snake. Maybe it was just a rope, or maybe at worst it was a snake's skin that it had shed there. Probably just a rope, but as a kid, it was scary, and then I rode away. True story, though. not that exciting. Which was this? So, approaching footsteps, or the sound of footsteps. It was Niigata Prefecture, I think. Yeah, and it's Chieko Sato. Okay, once again, it's female. Like, is every one of these stories is from a female? Are there any? Well, there was the teacher stuff yesterday, I think. And of course, Yamada is male and female. Okay, I guess. So more creepy footsteps. So I heard the footsteps first. It was the summer when I was 13. So the footsteps could always be heard coming from the tea room, from the sunny room. I don't understand the last sentence. Whatever. They came from the tea room. It was a humid summer night. I think, yes, a hot and humid summer night. And this hot and humid summer night, heard footsteps coming from the tea room. Woke up, and somehow someone was walking in the tea room. Looked like, seemed like they were walking. Was somebody looking for something? She thought. Apparently not. So the footsteps in the tea room went back and forth. Okay, the writing style of this story is so tedious. Yes, very repetitive. So it might be a thief as long as you heard those footsteps. They seemed strange, different. And so went towards the tea room to listen. Then suddenly the footsteps stopped and the room became silent. The time stopped. Looked at the clock, it was exactly 1:15. I heard no more footsteps in the tea room. So is it still there or something? No. And then, so I guess it's like debating whether to go in or not, to go into the tea room or not. Have a look. It's strange though, no matter what. Or maybe it means like somebody left the tea room. Or, I don't know. There's a limit to how much you can stay still, so and you can't go outside without passing through this room. Okay, so still wondering whether the one person in the tea room, whether they are being still or whether they left, but they shouldn't be able to leave unless they come into that room. Okay. Did they just disappear? Of course, it's a ghost. Everything here seems to be a ghost or something similar. So thinking about it got scary and couldn't sleep. And the footsteps began echoing again. She could hear them again. And then some morning. So, next morning, she asked the family, and nobody knew anything about it, about the footsteps. Everybody else was asleep at the time. But then that night, she heard the footsteps again. So she jumped out of the bed and slowly went towards the tea room and stared or looked at it. And the footsteps started at 1 o'clock. And then from there on, like She wandered around the tea room for about 15 minutes and then stopped the exact same time as yesterday. I mean, I guess somebody wandered there. So why didn't she just go inside the tea room to have a look what's going on there? Who could it be? And then it was just a creepy uncle. Since then on, the footsteps always started at the same time and stopped at the same time. For the past 3 years, every summer. But since summer 5 years ago, the footsteps were no longer heard. I guess somebody got a shotgun or an exorcist to get rid of it. So until she was 16, and or she thought she'd never hear it again when she was 16, I guess. Or no, does it mean? I guess she heard it again when she was 16. Okay, now she's 21 and heard the footsteps again. Okay, so maybe like from 16 to 21 she didn't hear. She was relieved. But there was no more feeling of wonder and fear. So she'd be hearing that for 3 years. So is it because maybe because she got older or something? Or no, I guess no, it means like because she'd be hearing it for 3 years, she got used to it, I guess that's what it means. Yeah, she developed immunity. So she didn't really care and ignored the footsteps. However, the person who caused the footsteps in the room seemed to understand her feelings. So so when she thought it had stopped, it was approaching her room, so like coming out of the tea room, I think. And then there seemed to be opening the door a little bit and to be staring at her. So it's a different situation than normal, and she was getting upset or worried or whatever. A tense atmosphere filled the room, and my body reacted to it, and she was sweating all over. But strangely, at that time, the fear turned to curiosity. Like the fear strangling her turned to curiosity or something. Or fear enveloping her, something like that. So on the other side of the sliding door, she wanted to see the owner of the footsteps. Didn't even know why she wanted to do that. So for some reason, her legs were acting on their own and heading towards the room. So there was nobody there. So yeah, nobody had stepped foot in the room or something. So it was, I guess, stupid to No, it's Oroka. Is that Oroka is like stupid? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, there was no trace of anybody. There was nobody there. Yada yada yada. She was horrified by the scene and the silent room. Or that no, it's not sheen. It's the silence. Sheen is the sound of silence. So the silence was horrifying. So after that, so she told the story to the monk afterwards, and the owner of the footsteps apparently were ancestral spirits. They were building a new grave, which is why there was the urge to come to her because they were building a new grave, or somebody was. And when the family heard the story, they immediately cleaned the grave and was asked to recite a sutra. And then the new grave couldn't buy the new grave. Okay. Another one down. Another one bites the dust. Let's have a look. 19. So another is Kanagawa Prefecture, anonymous haunted town. Stereo. Okay. So the town was really small residential area with about 30 households across the hill and about 60 households in all. And you could go shopping by bus from the bus stop at Sakashita to the next town. What is Sakashita? Yes, I guess down the hill, or is it the place Sakashita? Or down the, what's going on here? So it's the 28th of April. Yasuko is an ordinary woman with a husband and two children. She was a housewife until she became a vampire. There have been strange happenings in the neighborhood lately. The other day, the girlfriend's acquaintance, or no, her, it's not, it means that Yasuko was her name. Her acquaintance, Yasuko's acquaintance Sato, was involved in a train accident. Oh no, autism accident. What? Suicide? Yes, that's it. So home when the train came in. So I guess she jumped. Homed in, I guess. I don't know what the home here means, like home. Uh, so Sato's the husband jumped onto the railroad tracks, I guess. So Sato's husband jumped. Okay. Who's telling such a story? Well, that's about. I hope it's just a rumor. So Mr. Tasaki from Sakashita passed away the other day. Tasaki. Is that really the reading? I guess. The housewives that were there became speechless. Ah, now that I think about it, the, her child was reluctant to play outside recently. Yes, the same applies to my kid. My kid too. So I wonder why. What's happening? That's very weird. Yeah, lately it's been weird. And they thought about it for a while, and Yasuko broke up the housewives in the neighborhood, or like, no, I guess separated from them, left them, I guess. I could have never thought he would commit suicide. It didn't seem like that when I met him a few days ago. Uh, so yeah, let's see. So yeah, what couldn't believe he would commit suicide, and just was going to the amusement park with the family just next week, or was gonna go to the amusement park. Bum, 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 bum. Uh, so if I was thinking about it while walking and just staring, or like, I don't know. So I felt, anyway, she was walking and felt that somebody was watching her. There was uh, there was somebody in the shadows, but couldn't see them, or something. Like felt like there was somebody there. The more I pay attention, the more you pay attention, and I felt like she was being watched. Yasuko said in her heart, "There's nobody there," and she repeated it, or turned back. I'm not sure. And then the gaze of many people that she felt like many people were looking, I guess, and she turned around, and there was nobody there. I guess there's nobody here after all. Maybe I was just wrong. Once, so yeah, once you think that, come on, man. She thought so once, but なんやはり何かが引っかかる. It's still okay. It's stuck. Something's still stuck with her, even though she thought she was mistaken. Like for some reason, it felt like it wasn't just her imagination. The more she thought about it, the more anxiety she felt. Naturally, the footsteps became faster and her heart was pounding. And then, uh, Yasuko felt like she was being pursued by something invisible or something she couldn't see, rather, and went home. Is that the place to go if something is pursuing you? So, like June 17, if something is pursuing you, maybe you shouldn't go home because then they know where you live. And this time was Yamada-san. Looks like there's gonna be a funeral. So did Yamada-san's husband kill himself as well? You heard? Another suicide? Seems like it. And the motive is nobody has no idea what the motive is. Counting the number of suicides in Sagashita since early spring, counted 10 people. Sounds quite a lot. Strange, but nobody left a will. What is that kanji at the bottom? I don't know. Well, I guess it's. I'm gonna assume it's saying it's strange or something. So Yasuko felt that way in the like on the streets, felt weird many times, or in the city, and yeah, many times she felt like she was being watched. So, uh, like she thought she couldn't tell her husband about it yet, or something. Sounds like a famous last, well, not words, but thoughts. Uh, so the, I don't know, rationally or realistically oriented husband would just laugh it off or something, or brush it off. So this is July 2nd. Yasuko's 3-year-old son came home completely depressed. Okay, sounds disturbing. Soon as he got home from kindergarten and she jumped up and went to play, something was strange. No, it wasn't depressed. Yeah, it was. So the kid came back in a hurry from the kindergarten and went to play really fast. And welcome back. What's going on? Everybody said that Sakagami will die next. No, like a person in Sakagami, I think. Because it's like uphill and downhill, I think. Like the Sakashita means like downhill. I think Saka is either a hill or a city. I think it's a hill. And this is like uphill. Who would say something like that? I don't know. Everybody's saying it. And then the kid, so even the kids were starting to hear rumors like that. So Yasuko felt helpless and will say, Couldn't even say anything to the kid. By the time the husband came home in the evening, Yasuko had forgotten about it. She sounds dumb. Uh, so Suzuki-san from across the street was apparently hospitalized. I don't think it was a suicide attempt. Neurose. Neurosis? It's not unreasonable assumption, I guess. No people, I guess, oh yeah, because no wonder people are getting nervous when people keep dying like this. However, the Undertaker might be happy because he's so busy. It's very old school way of looking at it. Okay, well, you're such a... Okay, somebody's a nice person. Sorry. Okay. So been living there for 6 years and haven't had no, and like there was nothing happened or something. So why a haunting? Maybe. Not much of a believer in ghosts or curses, but after all, this situation is quite abnormal or was abnormal. Reasons that common sense couldn't explain. There must be something. So in this town, Tori Tsukarete Iru Dekoto. What is Tori Tsukarete? Obsessed. Like something's obsessed in the town. I don't know, or obsessed with the town. Not sure. Maybe. So words of her husband, who is supposed to be a realist. So it made Yasuko even more anxious. I guess that the husband isn't so skeptical anymore. So city obsessed. Toritsukaretas Machi. Okay. So is that obsessed? Uh, like I don't know what is Toritsukareru, the verb there, but according to my translation software, it means obsessed, but it sounds strange in this context. Maybe it means possessed or something. I don't know. That night, Yasuko forgot to sleep. Okay, that's a weird way of putting it, but I think that's what it said in Japanese too. So the 6th of July, after those horrible rumors about the kids, nothing like that happened, or from the kids maybe. Yeah, the rumors about the dead person. So the people who suffer from neurosis, I guess the neurosis spread or something, but I guess nobody died or something like that in the city. On the other hand, Yasuko was sleep deprived, feeling unwell, getting worse every day. And tonight, so she couldn't sleep. It was like a hot night and had a hard time falling asleep. A sharp sound came from somewhere. She heard it. At that moment, Yasuko was in a bind, held or I'm scared. Please help me. My body is moving. No, it's not moving. So, okay, is it another sleep paralysis stuff or something? My body suddenly floated up into the air and could clearly see myself sleeping under my eyes. Okay, that's creepy. Yasuko stepped outside when she stopped. She went outside and on the roof, as if the night sky was being pulled by something, it's like it was moving smoothly or something. Yes, like the night sky seemed like it was moving. Question. After a while, uh, Yasuko's body stopped in midair. And then what's this? So the below her eyes in the city where she lived, the night view expanded. So the city is like disappearing or separating, and there's temple temple on the outskirts of town. Okay, that's fine. So she went there. Um, and she woke up after going there. I'm not sure. So she was. So everything was a dream. Okay, it was all a dream. So the 7th of July, and after I know it's like a.m. 8:30 a.m. And when the husband saw Yasuko's face, he said with a sour expression, "Why? What's the matter? You don't look so good." It's okay. It's nothing. You should come home early today. Actually, I. What is she gonna? Is he gonna get a divorce or something? When she tried to talk about last night, the husband interrupted and said, "I'm gonna do some research. I'll go home as soon as possible." For a while now, nothing strange seemed to have happened, so maybe it's gotten better. So it's better not to worry too much. Yes. So how nice it would be if it was true, I guess. So Yasuko thought it would be nice if that was the case. Contrary to her husband's words, Yasuko felt something strange. There was no way, I guess he couldn't relate, or she couldn't relate to him. What are these pictures like? Is it something HR giggerish? Sort of, but so like pixelated and stuff. So it's 3:16 p.m. Yasuko was mentally tired, taking a nap, and there were images in her dreams. Open entrance from top of the stairs of the house started with a view from above. And so somebody turned the key in the front door. It's the keymaster and the gatekeeper. And from behind the door suddenly opened, a small child showed his face and came into the house. So white So I was wearing a white kimonos, the like a child of old, a child with hair tied up. Was the face was pure white. I was grinning and laughing or smiling creepily. Approached Yasuko. Nani? What? Kid? Coming here? I can't move. I don't know, this dialogue is weird and awkward. Yasuko closed her eyes the moment they collided, and then she was pregnant with Satan's child. And the child did not bump into Yasuko, it passed through her body. Of course, because she's a ghost, like everything here. Horrible at the time, discomfort went sent shivers down her spine and remained in her body. So yeah, Yasuko's snap ended with a nightmare. The dream she had later had a great meaning. So the 8th of July, 8:53 a.m. No matter how long it takes, I won't. Uh, so I guess no matter how much you waited, the kids wouldn't wake up. So she went to the kids' room to wake them up, I guess. Uh, Nebosk, okay, is the yeah, the sleepyheads, get up. Mama, scared. Oh, I was scared. What's going on? Ara, ara. So, why are you crying like that? There was a monster, yeah, monster, ghost, something like that. Obake. The door opened and a white faced child came in. So the kid was in the dream. I do find this story a bit creepy. Like maybe a bit long winded, but also creepy. So the reason why so many people died is it because of the child, or because they saw the child, saw they're gonna die now. Yasuko thought so and showed the unusual smile to the children. So I guess it means she still smiled to the kids, even though. Then when is dad coming back? Let's talk when he's comes back. Dad, can dad kill the ghost? Yeah, dad is very strong. That's right. Dads are very strong. They can kill ghosts. That's canon. That evening, Yasuko decided to tell the husband everything. Uh, about the nightmares and that she had and the children's, what the children saw and the strange child and all that stuff. So the same day, 8th of July, 9:32 p.m. Everyone's saying telling the truth, even though you might not believe it. No, I believe you. I have to believe you. No choice. Today, the local museum, the town found some surprising history. Mm. The husband had it in his hand, a stack of thick copy paper, placed it on the table, began talking. So in the Sengoku Dai, so the medieval warring period, there were people living near here, and the samurai came there secretly to avenge their master who was killed at a young age. So is the kid the master? Okay. By the way, however, it seems that the plan was supposed to be plan that was supposed to be perfect. It still failed due to one person's betrayal. Okay, I guess it was several samurai, not just one. And of the 5 people, including the betrayed samurai, were exposed and fired. This is fun. My app saying that they were fired, but it's kubini natta, so it's like the because in Japanese, you cut somebody's neck, it can be like in the old days it meant literally. Nowadays it mostly means you get fired from your job. So I think those samurai weren't just fired though. So after that, the disasters befell the farmers who helped capture the samurai one after another. So the samurais are ghosts and they're paying back. One day, to the village came a virtuous monk. At the outskirts of the village, unable to see the devastation, he opened a temple, built a memorial monument at the bottom of the slope. He said that he held memorial service for the spirits of the 5 people. So this sort of story. So what was happening? The memorial. Nobody knows about this story. What? Hanashi wa dare mo shiranai ima sono something memorial ga dou natte iru ka. Complicated sentence. Don't really understand them. I don't understand the word, like what it's trying to say. So this kind of story, like nobody knows. I wonder what's going on in the memorial. I don't really understand. So isn't that place a garbage dump? That place now? So there's a new something like an old stone monument erected in a new garbage storage area. Okay, so that's the memorial for the samurai or something. Yoseko calls it the temple with missing timbers. Every word struck a chord. The dream was hinting that a child was killed at a young age is the spirit of the samurai's master, obviously. So children no longer play outside is coincided with the construction of the garbage dump. So because the memorial was violated, so okay, now bad things are happening. Makes sense. Situation is clear. I feel like I can understand what happened to the people who committed suicide. So what should we do? It's out of our hands now. Yeah, just wash your hands. Out of business. So it's the 11th of July. So where does Yasuko's husband? So now the Yasuko's husband found a female psychic from somewhere and brought her with him, basically. So is that the place? Sure, I feel a strong force here. The force is strong with this one. So the junkyard, there was a stone slab erected that looked like a memorial monument. So Yasuko and the others, they cleaned the area around it. Papa, do you think it will work out? This has to go well. No te ageta, yo. I don't know. Put my hands up. Put your hands up, yo, yo. After cleaning the memorial monument, the psychic began to concentrate her mind. But then, or what? Then I come, the Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva walks in deep Prajnam Paramita. Okay, this is I guess some sutra, some, Buddhist stuff. I don't really know. I know Avalokiteshvara is like the compassion Buddha or whatever, but emptiness is it's not different from color. Color is emptiness. And emptiness is color, I guess. Ooh, kya. Okay, so it's the spirit is being exercised, I guess. What happened? What do you see? Ah, the castle of This story is quite long. Suddenly strong wind arose, trash and dead leaves flew up. Yasuko felt the space become distorted. Then a headless horseman, or headless armored warrior emerged from the earth. A creepy child dressed in white. Yuran, Yuran, Yuran. So he gets excited and walks towards them. I guess they're saying Yuran, Yuran, whatever that some chant. The kid spotted Yasuko and smiled. Whoa! And the headless warrior screamed into the air. Yeah! The medium seemed to have lost consciousness as one was on the road and fell flat. Are you okay? Are you okay, Yanni? The moment the psychic lost consciousness, the headless armored warrior and child disappeared. A strong wind that was blowing until now suddenly also stopped. Psychic, they came back to consciousness. What was going on? Yes, panting heavily. I'm so tired. Let you go home. What on earth happened? The medium didn't even speak much and left in a hurry. The two who were left were just dumbfounded and just stood there. Okay, it's the same day, 11th of July, 11:30 p.m. Mm. The two returned home each other. They sat down without saying anything. Yasuko decided or made up her mind. At this rate, it will be irreversible. Move? Yes. No more. I don't want to live in this town. Oi, oi, please wait. Moving is a bit. What are you going to do when you move? I don't know what will happen if I stay here. Oh, it's a phone. If something were to happen to those kids, would you be okay? Okay, I'll come, yes. How about daytime, yes? So I guess just talking on the phone. You're welcome. Is that so? I understand. Sorry, excuse me. What's going on? Uh, Moving. Right, even the psychics who came during the day, even the psychics seem to be in trouble. You have to move soon. It's going to be a big deal. Yeah, well, I'll see you then. Okay, it's early, so let's run away from this town. Run away like a man. Okay, we'll manage somehow. Immediately after this, Yasuko and her family moved to the city center. No one really knew what was going on in this town. And what was this background art? It's like some blob, amorphous blob of bodies and evil is devouring a town or something. If you're in town, play. If in your town the children don't play outside, you have to be careful. Don't forget the junkyard. Okay. So the junkyard is the heart of the city, and when the junkyard is filthy, then the city is filthy. Wait. Okay. Finally, the story is over. Like it's not like it was a bad story or anything, but it was so long, so I was like, it's gonna eat all my time. It was sort of interesting story. It's the spirit map thingy again. Yeah, psychic map thingy again. Okay, so we get to choose another location. Right. Was this Ikebukuro Sunshine Building? Yeah, okay, it says there, even in Romaji, English letters, as they say in Asia. Ikebukuro, yeah. Let's take this. So, Ikebukuro Sunshine Building. Ikebukuro is someplace in Tokyo, I think. Report. I think I've been to Ikebukuro, but like very briefly. Sugamo Prison. Um, have you ever heard this name? So this is where the war criminals of the Pacific War, including Tojo Hideki, who were tried in the Tokyo trials, were interned. So the Sugamo Prison. So the site attracted attention as Ikebukuro's first high-rise building. So the Ikebukuro Sunshine Building was built at the same time, I guess, as the prison. Or at the same time, this building was talk of the town as the tallest skyscraper in Japan. But meanwhile, strange rumors were circulating. It said the construction workers suddenly collapsed and voices calling out for help could be heard from the site, on the work site. And Mr. Suzuki, or Suzuki-san, who worked at the advertising agency, had the following experience. Well, so in the middle of the night after finishing work at midnight, Mr. Suzuki was getting ready to go home. So he was going alone to the elevator. And the first floor, pressed the first floor button and heard a murmuring voice in his ear. "Who are you? What are you doing here? Please help me. Am I just imagining it?" But small, hoarse voice could definitely hear it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wah, I guess, wah. Suzuki stopped the elevator halfway on the floor. Hurriedly got down and ran towards the stairs. I guess he got out of the elevator halfway up the way. And when he suddenly looked to the side, the outside the window in the hallway, there were many pale faces of men who were looking there or something. And Suzuki moved according to Suzuki's running speed. Okay. Oh, can't be such a. I don't think he's such an idiot. It's like, oh, can't be or something. Sonna bakana. Still here. This isn't the first floor. Suzuki ran down the stairs and finally was able to get out of the building. Suzuki walked for a while and looked back gingerly. There was a familiar skyscraper towering in the dark night. This picture seems so like, well, does it relate to night or skyscrapers? There were many other experiences and sightings of spirits, of human spirits, I guess means ghosts or ghostly apparitions. It is rumored that it's work of the spirits of war criminals who were imprisoned here and executed. Okay, let's see access. So this is the subway, sunshine spot, Seibu Ikebukuro, okay. So funny that they have like these instructions how to get there. About 5 minutes from JR Ikebukuro station. Okay. So it's very easy from or was back then. I don't know if this stuff exists anymore. Points. So horror is 2, and atmosphere 2, and sightings 1, cursed degree 3, and total 2. I don't know. I think these are so random, like these ratings. So you said that strange things are likely to happen on rainy days in August. There, I guess. Okay. Maybe I'll do one more candle tonight. It's 21. Curse. Noroi no Kokkuri-san. Wait, wasn't this a game they were playing? Like the Kokkuri-san was some, the Ouija board game, I think. It's in Tokyo. Yeah, Cursed Kokkuri-san, Tokyo, and the person is Maruyama Chie. Chie. Another female. Chie, I'm pretty sure, is a female name. Almost all of the people submitting these stories are female. Seems to be, or yeah. So when I was in elementary school, the 5th year, yeah, so it happened when she was 5th year in elementary school. At the same time, the whole school, there was, I guess, a ban on playing Kokkuri-san. It was because even if, or maybe because it was prohibited, it made kids wanna try to play it. Yeah, I wouldn't try Ouija board. Like, of course, stuff like this is interesting, but like, in case, it's not just a, bit of silly fun. Maybe if you do contact something from somewhere else, maybe it's better not to touch stuff like that. And uh, my understanding is that this kokkuri is something similar to a Ouija board. Oh, I'm a childhood friend and a strong psychic. I guess her childhood friend was a strong psychic. Katsu-chan taught her how to play the game, I guess. So Katsu-chan is the psychic strength man, woman, whatever. At that time, yeah, preparing for it and decided to try it out, Kokkuri-san. Yeah, it looks very much like a Ouija board. Never tried it. So after school, 3 of us invited Kokkuri-san. Kokkuri-san, Kokkuri-san, the north window is open. Please enter or something, or come in. And then a 10 yen coin. So 10 yen coin quickly moved to the place where Katsu and I said hello while still resting on our fingers. Yeah, I can't believe it. This is real. It's really happening, dude. Yeah, ask a question. Was I nervous? I asked a question that I didn't understand. Or do it make sense? I don't know. Then 10 yen coin started to slide on the dial. Hiro-chan, who was watching this scene behind us, was running around the classroom in excitement. without even looking at us who called out to you. And then the Kenyan coin started moving on its own at a tremendous speed, even though I didn't ask any questions. Ko, ro, su, kill. Yeah. So it means kill. Damn. Okay, I'm creeped out. Like, I guess the presentation. Finally, this game has some more presentation than text, or some guy rambling. Their voice acting. So, who? He, ro. So yeah, there was Hiroko. So yeah, is it Hiro-chan? Hiroko is a girl's name. Following the movement of the Tenian coin while reading those words, we lost our voices, or I guess couldn't talk because, well, if you're a kid, you experience that. I imagine you are quite creeped out. So yeah, I was thinking of Hiro-chan. What should I say? I didn't like yeah, I didn't really know what to say. I guess that means, I guess, to make Hiro-chan feel better because she was gonna die. So Katsu-chan is the only one who remained calm and continued to ask Kokuri some questions. Will you forgive me? Okay. Iyo. Yeah. No, it's iye, so it's no. Okay. I just It's not iyo, it's iye, so it's no. Will you forgive me? Nope. Will you forgive me? Nope. So Katsu was persistent. Will you forgive me? And kept asking the question. Yes. Okay. Hi. Then please go home. Like this, Hiro-chan was saved. Okay. I like the approach. Like, you have a problem. It's like, no, it doesn't work. Just keep spamming uh, the answer. It's sort of like saves coming. So there are strong and weak spirits. So Kokuri is. Uh, it seems most of the spirits summoned by this method, such as Kokuri-san, are weak. That's why Kachu-chan said that if you have patience and persuasion, you will definitely be saved. I wonder if what's this name, Katsu, just made it all up, like moved the coin on purpose to make it look like Hiro was in danger and then screwed over like this. But hey, I wouldn't screw with stuff like this Vigi stuff. We still follow those words. I remember being horrified. But the story isn't over yet. Then Hiro suddenly died, and I don't know, the Katsu ate her body. The next story is truly abominable, something that should never happen. So, and that triggered that event had triggered the ban on Kokuri-san. Okay. At the same time, like sixth grade, there was a student named Sakamoto Kun on sixth grade. Was a bad boy with yeah, he was a bad boy with a tag. I don't understand what it means with a tag. The bad boy, naughty boy. His bad behavior was quite serious, and various things such as stealing the school lunch or locking somebody up when they was cleaning, I guess inside a room. So he would do bad things like that. He was such a violent student that sometimes he targeted even teachers. Um, don't know what made Sakamoto do that, but it was far beyond limits of my sympathy. So the classmates in class one of sixth grade harassed Sakamoto every day. He seemed to really hate it. So wait, somebody saw like people are bullying the bad boy. Okay? Usually it's the bad boy bullying others. Or wait, maybe that's how it is. Okay, let's have a look. I guess yeah. I think it means yeah. Sakamoto-kun was like harassing those like classmates, and then they hatched a plan to get revenge at him. And that the plan was keikaku. Sono keikaku to wa keikaku dori. So Sakamoto and was about to be judged by Kokuri. Everything was in Kokuri's hands. It was entrusted to him. Ko, ro, se, kill. That's not like that's the imperative. So it said kill. But it's Kokuri-san's orders. If you don't follow me, this one. So did they actually kill the kid? The students who participated in Kokuri-san locked other students out of the classroom. Place a mop on the door to completely uh, I guess to make it to prevent others from entering. And what's this? Of course, Sakamoto-kun was in the classroom. Muron, okay, that's of course Muron. So yeah, I guess they locked either Sakamoto by himself or themselves with Sakamoto. Hey, what's wrong with you guys? What do you mean? What's going on? Kokuri-san told us to kill you. What? Sakamoto said that they pinned Sakamoto down from behind, unable to move, and muttered the following: "You have to be killed. I'm gonna curse you." The classroom was filled with strange atmosphere. Everyone there was as if possessed by something. Uh, many times repeating, "I'm gonna kill you." So they kept saying, "I'm gonna kill you" to Sakamoto, I guess. Yamero, stop! Uh, and then, without being able to offer any resistance, Sakamoto was assaulted by the students. Call the teacher! But Kokuri told us to kill. So if we kill him, this one's cursed. This one. Quickly, please call the teacher. Somebody. Kill, 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 kill. Korose. Yeah. The creepiest thing is the sound of the door opening. What are you doing here? Stop. The teacher pried over the classroom door, got inside to do this to stop the abominable thing, I guess. Then they immediately checked on Sakamoto's condition, so he wasn't conscious. So they called the ambulance. Quickly, ambulance. So Sakamoto had a top on his back. What? I guess something where he'd been trampled and it left a mark. Uh, and he was also like damaged seriously, and he's got some, like, his back was very badly hurt, something like that. I heard that Sakamoto was after this incident, Sakamoto transferred to a special school. So okay, at least he was still alive. On the contrary, the incident occurred. Um, I guess it means the kids that caused it, they were they were able to return to a regular junior high school, and so and they could even like continue to higher education or something, I guess, or continue their education in general. Following spring, when the incident occurred, class 1 of 6th grade had been promoted. Um, so sometimes feel like a child filled with helpless feelings. I still remember what happened. So is it sort of like the Kokuri-san was like controlling the whole school, and when they, attacked Sakamoto-kun, like the whole school sort of rewarded the other kids? Is that how you're supposed to interpret it? It's true that spiritual things and the soul of nature should not be toyed with, but after all, I think most important and scary thing is a person's heart or mind and judgment. So the first class of grade 6, Kokuri-san, like Kachu-san, I'm sorry I couldn't convince you. Or I couldn't convince Kokuri-san like Katsu-san did, I guess. I what should I say? Like, I the kill like the kill commands. Maybe means like you couldn't think how to, I don't know, fight back from the commands to kill or something. I'm not quite sure because there's like a couple of kanjis that have trouble translating and stuff, so I don't really understand the meaning properly. What was different was me and Katsu-chan, all of the compared to like the other students of the class one of years grade 6. There was something in their subconsciousness. Katsu-chan tried to help, but they decided they were cursed. Okay, it's kind of sad. Okay, there's the candle, Katsu candle. All right, I guess I will save and end the stream here for tonight. Yeah, there were sort of creepy stories, and the one story was super long and stuff. But that's it for tonight. I'm Adventure Argonaut. Thank you for watching and have a really creepy rest of the night.